Ferrari has ended months of speculation over its driver lineup, Sebastian Vettel re-signing for 3 years. Kimi Räikkönen just won. The announcement ensures the prancing horse has a top name for the future, with Vettel likely to end his career at the Scuderia, while Räikkönen's one-year deal allows flexibility to grab talent from the open market in 2019. The Finn remains the last racer to win the World Championship for Ferrari, which he did in 2007 at the final race in Brazil. Over at McLaren, Belgian driver Stoffel Vandoorne was also confirmed for 2018, ahead of his home event at Spa-Francorchamps. The 25-year-old had a fairy tale debut as a super sub for Fernando Alonso at Bahrain 2016, when he out-qualified Jenson Button and scored a point. But this year, he's been out-qualified by Alonso 9-2 across the first 12 races of his first full season, with the Spaniard stateside for Monaco. Vandoorne also lags on points, but now has stability to build upon. The big question at McLaren, though, is whether Alonso will re-sign, with his signature rumored to be dependent upon the team's choice of power unit and his frustration with Honda mounting. Over at Red Bull B team Toro Rosso, James Key has been confirmed as technical director for the foreseeable future, ending months of speculation he was set to switch squads. The highly regarded Brit has been at Toro Rosso since September 2012, overseeing all things technical on the following year's STR8 through to this year's stunning STR12, which most of the paddock has described as a jewel of a car.
One of the things we wanted to do for 17 was to have cars which I think the term was coined that they looked fast when they were standing still, and they do, I think.
Toro Rosso currently sits 6th in the constructors' standings post-Belgium, its best result under Key's tenure and equal best since 2008. Formula One is set to take another step into the future, with news the sport has launched its first official eSports series, based on the newly released F1 2017 video game. The series, seen as a new way for the sport to engage with its fans, builds on the popularity of eSports and the success of events like the Las Vegas E-Race in Formula E. There will be a number of qualification events in September, with the 40 quickest invited to the live semi-finals in London on October 10 to 11. The top 20 will fly to Yas Marina Circuit for the 3 race finals, held as part of the season-closing Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The initiative is yet another part of Liberty Media's push to modernize F1, bringing it in line with other global sports properties.
The racing has to be the core of it. But if there's some music on, there's some fan zones. Like here, we've got educational areas where people can understand a bit more about what's behind a Formula One car and start to grow it like that.
The news came on the back of another futuristic announcement that F1's governing body, the FIA, could introduce a driverless safety car in the near future to promote autonomous technology. The Belgian Grand Prix is always a special race for the Schumacher name, with the event featuring heavily in Michael's career. And this year marked the 25th anniversary of his maiden win in F1, taken for Benetton in 1992, the German rising up in wet conditions. But while the 7-time F1 world champion remains at home in Switzerland, continuing his rehabilitation after sustaining severe head injuries from a skiing accident in December 2013. His son Mick, who is currently racing in European Formula 3, celebrated his father's achievement by driving demonstration laps of Spa in his 1994 Benetton F1 car, the B194, and it was an emotional moment for many. It was amazing, Mick Schumacher said. It was an absolute pleasure. I was so happy to do it. It was emotional. There is a lot of history here, and for my father. Formula One could be set for additional street races in Asia, according to the sport's commercial boss, Sean Bratches. The push to expand to other cities in Asia comes on the back of the success of F1's original night race, the Singapore Grand Prix. With preparations well underway for the event's 10th edition next month. And while Bratches did not specify which cities Formula One was looking at, he said activating existing large fan bases was the target.
And since I've been here, probably 30 countries, municipalities, principalities have reached out to me about interest in bringing Formula One to their cities, their countries. And so, you know, we are in a unique spot. We have an abundance of opportunities, and, you know, we're going to have to figure out where we go. And again, at the center of that decision is going to be what is the best thing for our fans.
TheInsideLine.com for everything Formula One.